who gonna marry me? Imagine actually getting proposed to. Imagine someone wanted to marry you. Oh.
I saw him first. He's all mine. You can't have him. No, I saw him first. I saw him first. I saw him first. Now have several seats.
Hi everyone. Hi, welcome back to my podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is something exciting, as you'll be able to tell from the title. I am using Chatgpt. If you haven't heard of it, where have you been? I'm going to be using this AI technology to basically take control of this entire podcast, right? I thought about it. I was like, okay, I need an idea for my new podcast. And usually I go on Reddit for that, or just like draw from my personal experiences. But today I decided to, put ChatGPT to the use, to put AI to the use, because AI is taking over the world. I am scared with what this thing can do. I have used it for coding. I am learning Python at the moment, and I've used it to just help me study better. And oh my god, mind blowing, right? Mind blowing. It's not perfect, but I guess you guys will see in a bit what AI can do. Before I get started with that, just a little bit of housekeeping. I'm Angie, so welcome to my channel and welcome to my podcast. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube and follow on Spotify, and you can follow on social networks. I'm going to put them on the screen. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, usually this is the point where I say, oh, this is what I'm going to talk about, right? But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about today, and that's what AI is there to help me with. So let's see what the topic is. Okay, so this is the Chatgpt interface. Just ignore everything else you're seeing on the side. Like I said earlier, I'm using it for coding, and I just searched earlier speaking clearly on a podcast, and actually I'm going to show you what the results were. Told me to speak at a moderate pace, use a good mic, consistent volume, articulate my words, eliminate background noises, practice, listen to yourself over and over again. Obviously I'm not new to podcasting, so yeah, I'm not saying I don't need the advice, but I kind of just used it to test out its non-coding skills. So on to this podcast. What I've heard from people on YouTube is that you want ChatGPT to act as something if you want to get the best result. So now we're going to tell it to act like a podcaster for a dating and relationship show. What fun topics would you discuss? Oh my god, I'm excited. Oh my god. The impact of social media on dating and relationships. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good one. The rise of ghosting. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is mind blowing. The act of I love flirting. No. It's still going on. I should have said how many it should stop at. I guess that is the flaw of this thing. It just keeps going on and on and on. Okay, thank you. Eight will suffice. Oh my god. MC, it summarizes what it just told you. Fun, dating and relationship gets in topics is what it's going to bring up. But let's explore this, you guys. Let's explore this. Number 1, the impact of social media on dating and relationships. How do platforms like Instagram and TikTok affect the way we connect with others romantically? I like that. But let's go on to the next one. The rise of ghosting and how to deal with it. What is ghosting? Why is it becoming more common in the dating world? How can we move on and find closure after being ghosted? Oh my god, this is such a human phrasing. This is how humans would talk about this. Okay, the importance of communication in relationships. How can you effectively communicate your needs and boundaries? Boundaries is a big one. Boundaries is like, a buzzword these days. So is ghosting. So like the fact that ChatGPT knows that's insane. That is mind-blowing. Okay. The changing landscape of dating. How has dating changed in the last few years? What can we expect in the future? And how has dating apps and online dating affected the way we find love? Again, dating app is obviously, it's been around for years, but it's becoming increasingly popular over the years, and just very, 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 very interesting. Okay, number 5, the art of flirting. What are some effective ways to flirt and make a great first impression on a date? How can you tell if someone's interested in you? This is a very high school kind of question, but still pretty, relevant to everyone who's dating. The pros and cons of different dating styles. How can dating multiple people at the same time differ from being exclusive? What are the benefits and drawbacks of each approach? Okay, if you know me, this is my bag. Okay. Number 7, tips and tricks for successful long distance relationships. How can you make a long distance relationship work? What are some ways to keep the spark alive when you're miles apart? I don't really have experience with that. Number 8, and the final one, the role of sex in relationships. How does sex fit into dating and relationships? How can you navigate different sexual desires and boundaries with a partner? Again, with the word navigate, boundaries, these are buzzwords that are very popular in today's social media world, and I think it's just so fascinating how ChatGPT is picked up on that and is relaying that back to me. These are a few examples of the types of topics that could be covered on a dating and relationship show. Let me know if you have any specific questions or topics you would like me to discuss. Okay, so this is the point where I decide what I want to talk about, and then I'll ask ChatGPT again to give me more ideas on that topic. So let's pick. I don't know if I should talk about something I normally talk about that I'm good at talking about, considering I'm just going to go off of what ChatGPT is saying and just off of my own head as well. So I don't know if I should do that or pick something completely different now that I have ChatGPT to help. Okay, I have decided to go with number 4 because number 6 is something I always talk about, right? The pros and cons of, dating multiple people, being exclusive. I feel like I have quite a few podcasts on that already. But something else that I find pretty interesting and very relevant to the 21st century, being that it's a new year again, is number 4. So let us explore number 4. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to explore number 4. I like number 4. Could you elaborate on that, please? Let's see what it's saying. Sure. Topic number 4, the landscape. Yep, changing landscape of dating, discusses how dating has evolved over the past few years and what we can expect in the future. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to wait for it to finish typing that up because I don't want to just read too quickly. I'm gonna wait for it to do its thing. But you guys, I'm excited. This is gonna change the game for a lot of industries, not just the coders, not just the tech people, not just, you know, musicians using it to get like royalty free beats and stuff. Podcasters, everyone can benefit from this, and it's so exciting. It's so exciting, you guys. It's still going on. It's okay. I don't know if you can tell, but I am just like, oh my god. Okay, wow, it's still going on. This is a script. Okay, it's stopped now. So let us explore what ChatGPT has said, and then I would go off of that. In the recent years, dating has been heavily influenced by technology and the rise of dating apps. These apps have made it easier for people to connect with others romantically, but they have also introduced new challenges and complications to the dating world. For example, apps like Tinder and Bumble have made it easier for people to swipe through potential partners quickly, which can lead to a culture of superficial judgments and a lack of meaningful connections. Okay, I think I would explore this paragraph by paragraph, right? The rise of dating apps, swiping culture, how it's become the norm to find partners romantically on the dating apps, and how it can lead to very, very superficial connections. How true is that? How true is that? And let's talk about that, because personally, I can't disagree. I've become more superficial over the years. And I'm not going to say it's just because of dating apps and the swiping culture. I think I would attribute that partly to just growing up and, you know, glowing up. I would attribute that to also glowing up myself. I would attribute that to being more confident and realizing my attractiveness. Is that cocky to say? I don't know, maybe it is, but the more attractive I am, the more attractive I want my partners to be. But let's not pretend that the swiping culture, the fact that there is potentially another good looking person or a more attractive person down the line, hasn't affected the way we date. I'm a maximizer. Like a lot of other people, I'm a maximizer. If I know that I can get more, if I know that I can get better, I will get better. And that has a lot of psychological disadvantages. As much as like in the other parts of your life, being a maximizer, it's a great thing, especially in like your professional career. If you're a maximizer, you're always looking for a way to make things better. You're always looking for a way to improve. You're never complacent. You're a hard worker. It's great career-wise, but in the personal life, in the dating world, it can really play a huge disadvantage, because you're just never satisfied. And I can heart to chest vouch for this. Like, if I know I can get better, I promise you I would never ever be satisfied. Like, everyone I've dated, and let's not just shit on people I've been with, but 90% of the people that I've dated, I always had this thing inside of me that felt like I can do better. It's not just that I don't want to settle, it's that I don't know if I feel like I can get everything I want. I don't know if that's a good mindset to have, but I feel like I can. I feel like I can get everything I want. I feel like I can get a man who's tall, handsome, smart, good hair, good body, you know, good job, lots of money, spends his money on me, spends his time with me. And to people, that's like, oh, unrealistic expectations, but I am all of those things. It's only fair that I get those things back. I'm never going to ask for something that I don't feel like I bring to the table. But at the same time, men and women also bring different things to the table. So we're not even going to go into that this week's episode. But I just want to say, I don't think it's unreasonable to ask for what you want, considering that this is someone that you hope to spend the rest of your life with. Shouldn't you be satisfied? Shouldn't you be satisfied? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not going to lie and say the dating culture right now, the ghetto out there culture, the swiping culture hasn't enhanced that. It probably has like made a big contribution to the way that I date, because I'm just thinking, I can just go on the apps and find someone hotter or cuter or richer or taller, you know. But also very quickly you get hit by the reality that there might not be that many people that fit your quota. But yeah, that's a different topic. Let's go back to what ChatGPT has to say. So it says, additionally, online dating has made it possible for people to connect with others from all over the world, but it has also made it difficult to determine the truthfulness of a person's online persona. Many people find it challenging to trust someone they met online, and online dating scams are becoming more common. Very true. I have personally not been catfished per se, but there's literally a show called Catfishing. There's literally a show called Catfishing. You know, if you don't know what the show is about, it's as simple as it sounds. People that have been dating other people, usually from far away than where they live, far away from where they live, or they've only seen each other's pictures. They haven't actually FaceTimed each other. They haven't spoken on video call, only phone call, and sometimes literally just texts. Yeah, some people are that gullible. But there's also a huge show about how people can really be very, very, very scammy, right? So I'm not going to say I'm above getting scammed by men online, but that obviously is a very, very big problem. And also the safety aspect for it for women, especially, you know, you're going on a date, you're trying to pick somewhere that's like out in the open. Do not go to someone's house on the first date. That goes without saying. But there's always that fear of, I hope this guy is not a murderer or like a, you know, drug dealer or like a rapist or something, you know, trigger warning. I should have said that earlier. Trigger warning, rape. But yeah, there's always that fear for women. I guess for men, it's just probably going to be like, oh, she doesn't look like her photos. You know, that's another huge problem in dating. I think the only thing I've been catfished on is the height. But that's also because height is such a preference for me. Most people don't mind height as much as I do. But I can usually tell by the way, like the gesture position between me and him. I can usually tell if he's lying about his height. I can't just look at someone and go, oh, he's 5'11". Sometimes I can, but I think it's when I stand next to them, I can always just gauge the height difference and how I feel next to them, and that's how I sort of know if they've lied about their height. But anyway, this is not about height. Let's go back to what ChatGPT has to say. Another way the dating landscape has changed is the acceptance of more diverse relationship structures like polyamory and open relationships. People are more open to explore different relationship dynamics, and this has brought more awareness and acceptance of different sexual orientations and gender identities. True, I don't have much experience with this, so I would not delve into this too much. But yeah, polyamory, there's people that I've seen on Bumble that I've taking pictures with their partners and being like looking for a third party, and it's like, ooh, no judgment here, but no thank you. Lastly, it says in the future we can expect dating to continue to evolve as technology advances. Virtual reality, for example, could potentially be used in dating to create more immersive and realistic experiences. Artificial intelligence, AI, may also play a role in dating, with AI-powered matchmaking algorithms that could help people find more compatible partners. Overall, while dating has certainly changed over the past few years and will likely continue to change in the future, the core principles of human connection and attraction will always remain the same. I like that. Okay, so now that I'm done with my laptop, let me face the camera properly. I like how the ChatGPT tries to like close it off with like a human touch. Like no matter how we find each other, the way we connect will always feel the same. The way like I don't know what we like about each other. What did they say? The core principles of human connections and attraction will always remain the same. Wow. Okay, how do I feel about that? Like the fact that I just made a podcast using AI, using ChatGPT. I mean, the last paragraph, especially how AI will contribute to, you know, virtual reality dating and more immersive dating. Like it's going to help long distance relationships a lot. Well, if you could feel like you're in the space with someone. So for instance, like a dating app, right, that is for long distance relationships. If you steal my idea, all of you dating app developers, all the AI people, please just give me credit. 10%, please. 5. I'll take 5%. Anyway, think about this. A dating app where it's like a visual reality thing. You both put on your little goggles, your little VR thing, and it feels like you're in the space with each other. You can almost touch each other. It's like when you do the Wii game, the Nintendo Wii thing, and you're, dancing, and it feels like you're on the dance floor, or people that play all these other games and they legit fall to the ground because they think they're in the game. Do you get what I mean? What if you can do that where I see you in my space but you're a million miles apart? Like, that would change the dating game big time. I feel like that would really help long distance relationships. Obviously you're not going to be able to kiss them in real life, but what if you could kiss them virtually in the VR world? Wouldn't that be amazing? Anyway, AI is blowing my mind. I really enjoyed what GPT had to say, and I like the fact that I can just keep asking it questions. If I went back to it and said, okay, more about the AI stuff, how do you think AI is going to give me so much more? And I really love that. You guys should explore ChatGPT, come back and thank me. But just to close this off, I think the dating game has definitely changed from the time that our parents used to date. My grandma now is telling me to find a husband. It's come to that. I'm turning 25 in 3 months, so it's not unexpected, but it's just the fact that I'm actually at that age where my friends are getting married. Like a lot of you guys in your mid 20s, late 20s, people will be getting married next to you, and then it's not that you feel left out, but you're just thinking about it more. You're like, who gonna marry me? Imagine actually getting proposed to. Imagine someone wanted to marry you. Oh. Must be nice. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm a baby girl for life, okay? I'm a bad bitch for life. But also, cuff me. Somebody, anybody, everybody scream. Ah! The screams of my pants. Anyway, that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to comment down below and share with your friends as well. And be my ChatGPT. Tell me what you want me to talk about next week, or if there's something else you want me to explore with ChatGPT. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye.